What's up? What's up?
Hey there, man. Talos has been cracking me up, just in general. So we have Talos now in the Discord. Everybody in the Discord, you can talk to him, get his opinion on things, and he's kind of a jerk. But I like it.
Right.
But I like it. But shout out Talos, if you are listening or watching right now, just know we love you and we appreciate your very dry humor and your lack of hilarity as far as your sarcasm.
Yes. Yes. And
Very,
it does not understand satire either.
Yes, he doesn't. He does not understand that. I need to ask him to tell me a joke. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
It'll probably be something like Solana. How's your day going?
Long, tired. Just kind of didn't really get to trade today. I got in a Doge trade towards the end of the day, and I'm in a SWE trade right now, but busy. Tired. Got to wake up early tomorrow. Got to drive to Phoenix. What about you?
Sheesh. Lots of stuff going on today. Dude, I woke up early. I went and worked out a bunch. Then the power went out. So the power was out basically all day. There was no internet or anything. Missed a meeting. It was a whole thing. But when I went to the beach, I saw this guy on a little boat coming back in. And I was like, this guy's got fish. Right? My wife's been talking about that she wants a red fish. I got the prettiest 6-pound red fish, and I came back home, told her I fished it. I went fishing. She said, "Where'd you go?" And I went fishing, of course. This guy was massive. It was one of the most beautiful fish I've seen, but it tasted delicious, and so that's what I did. Did some painting in the house, some stuff like that. So,
what was it? What kind of fish was it?
I don't know what kind of fish it was, but it was red and big. I'm gonna ask next time that I. Unfortunately, cut it up way too quick. It was dead, but then it was like real dead and fried like very quickly. Very quickly. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, hasn't really been a real big news day. I mean, breaking Trump pardoned Ross. That's good. Dude did not deserve 2 life sentences plus 40 years. A little ridiculous. So he did come through on that promise. Does that mean he's going to come through on some other promises?
I want to see that Bitcoin reserve. Let's get that Bitcoin reserve going. I think I might even have an article about that. More states and stuff have been looking at that. And I think
Yeah.
I just saw one on the Bitcoinist that was like Utah.
Yeah, Utah just introduced a bill to set up a strategic reserve. One thing that did happen that was good with the SEC is that they created a crypto task force
Yep, I got
led
that.
by Crypto Mom.
Yep. And I saw
Led by-
people made her stuff and sent her things, and so she got like a whole she got some Crypto Mom merch.
That's cool. That's
Yep.
cool. If you guys don't know who Crypto Mom is, it's Hester Pierce. She's been a big advocate for crypto. She's even written up for I don't know what entity it is, but over in Europe and England, she wrote up a crypto framework to help grow innovation in crypto instead of like regress it, like regulate it to death. And that's where the 2-year grace period to come into compliance is, like no taxes, a bunch of stuff. It's a big thing. So with her at the head of the task force, I think things are looking good for sure.
Yeah, I think it's bullish for sure. We got a lot of bullish news, and I'm just excited about the direction of where this market's going to go, to be honest.
Yes,
But
definitely.
today is Tuesday, so I have a heart out. So let's go ahead and hop into it.
Let's get into it. Before we do that, let's reset the room, everybody. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. We currently are up over 307 subscribers on YouTube. Let's keep that pumping. If you're on Twitter, do us a favor, hit that, hit the heart, tag some DGens, repost, maybe jump over to YouTube, subscribe real quick. You can still watch us on Twitter, but the more we get that, more subscribers we get, the closer we get, in the algorithm and being able to set up some memberships and all that good stuff. Oh, we go live Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. PST. There we go.
There we go. All right, guys. Let's get market watch.
All right. Let's get the freshest data. All right. Decent little recovery today, up 2%. We're coming in at $3.783 trillion. Decent amount of volume at 248 billion. Bitcoin dominance up a couple more ticks to 55.4. Ethereum at 10.6. And Gwei will be 10 Gwei to send to each transaction. Real quick, did you know that Vitalik is an authoritarian? Do you know where I'm going with this?
Say that again.
Vitalik is an authoritarian.
Oh, yes, I see. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that exchange. It's his baby.
Yeah, so Vitalik has took over the Ethereum Foundation, and until he can appoint a new board, he will be the driving force for the Ethereum Foundation.
Yes.
I don't know. If I was the ETH Maxi, I think I'd be a little upset with that, Even if
there's not a whole lot of decentralization and ethos of crypto there.
That'd be like Chucky stepping up and saying, nah, Cardano Foundation, Catalyst, yeah, I'm taking over. We need a new board. I don't think people will be too happy about that. But Definitely. Tomato, it's Ethereum. It's a horrible chain anyways. It's an institutional chain now. So we got Bitcoin coming in at 105,776, up 4.1% on the day. Beautiful recovery. We were averaging over 106 all day, so that's good to see. A little pullback, new day, new candle. Ethereum coming in at 33.27, up 2.3%. Some people like that. Vitalik is an authoritarian. XRP coming in at 319, up 3.1. Solana at 251, up 7.4. BNB still under 700, coming in at 690, up 1.6. Dogecoin had a decent Dogecoin trade today, up at 36.95, up 8%. Cardano at $1 flat, up 1.1%. And then rounding out, let's see here, SWE finally came back up 2 spots to 15 at 458, up 7.1% on the day. It did pump pretty nice. I think it went to 479 and then had a big retracement. So we like SWE. Biggest gainers on the day are going to be Trump Official, which is now listed on Coinbase, Kraken, every freaking major exchange. Did you see the clip of the press conference where somebody asked him about it?
I didn't. What did well, I'm interested to know what he said though.
You could search for it to get it verbatim, but essentially they were like, what about this? He's like, oh yeah. He goes, I really don't know much about it. They asked me if I want to launch it, launched it. He's like, I really don't know how it's doing though. And they're like, well, it's up pretty big. He's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. How much? They were like, well, several billion. He's like, oh, nice. And then he looks back, he goes, that's, chump change to these guys or something like that. I don't know. I'm totally screwing it up. So if you can find it.
No, 100%. No, but I get it. He basically was like, yeah, there's a little distance between me and the meme coin.
Right.
But if it's successful, great. And if it's not successful, it's somebody else's problem. Damn. Yeah. I figured, but also it's he's usually not that good at kind of walking that political line that he needs to all of the time. I'm interested that he did that with this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it could be a plausible deniability thing. I'm sure he was truthful and he really doesn't know about it or
no, I am too. But I'm interested. I think that's awesome and cool that he did it that way, because there's a lot of really, really bad ways that this could be done. And the biggest thing is that there are a lot of people that are upset about the meme coin. There are a lot of people that don't care. But the truth is, when you look at meme coins across the entire history of crypto, when you look at Haktua, right? There are a whole lot of ways that launching a meme coin can go bad. And be bad for your reputation and be all kinds of there's so many ways for it to go bad. And I feel like so far the meme coin hasn't. And it's not fully the center focal point of what everybody's talking about. As far as
except for the people that bought at $72, I'm sure they're not happy.
Yeah.
They're the loudest critics in the room. You know what I mean? But
what's up, Jaleesa? But no, 100%. My whole thing is just I feel like, okay, so I don't know if this is, I feel like being president is like diffusing a bomb, right? There's so many ways that it could go wrong. But I feel like, or performing open heart surgery. But I feel like Trump getting to be president and then launching this meme coin just before being president was kind of diffusing the bomb underwater, upside down, in a tank that is being shot out of a cannon, or I don't even know.
He's going to take crap and malice from the mainstream media anyways. Yeah. Yes. Why not?
Yes. Well, I get that, but I almost feel like it's literally it's performing open heart surgery, but then instead it's you push a button to turn an earthquake on so that you can continue to perform this surgery with the earthquake happening, right?
No, I get you.
I just definitely think it
was I get what you're going with. I get where you're going with this. The scrutiny, any little misstep and it could blow up.
But I'm glad it hasn't.
So Sonic, previously FTM, is up 18.3. Hyperliquid up 15. VeChain with a nice little pump up 13. Quant at 11. Athena up 10. Bonk Kronos. John was asking about Kronos earlier, up 9.4% on the day. Sam Altman's WorldCoin is up 11%. I'm sure that has something to do with the grant that, or the infrastructure that Trump wants to put in. We'll be talking about that later. Fartcoin down 7.8, Jupiter down 4.4, Pudgy Penguins down 3.7. Pudgy Penguins is getting ready to launch their layer 2, I believe. I can't remember what it's called, but it's getting ready to launch. Movement down 2.9. SPX 6900 down 2.7. Not too many losers, though. Look, you know, if you go from OKB up, it's only 6 that are down over 1%. Okay, XDC just clicked over, but all right, let's look. So we got this post from TechDev. It's a chart. And if you're looking at this, so this bottom line is Bitcoin dominance, boom, right? This line is Bitcoin. This line is altcoins, okay? 2017, 2021, and today, 2025. So according to this chart, he's anticipating Bitcoin dominance to dump, which I guess if it dumped here soon, would kind of fall in line with what Benjamin Cohen said 3-4 months ago. He said, expect Bitcoin dominance to stay strong for the next few months and then start to taper off. I don't know what he's saying now, but that's what he said then. And if you look at these lines, so they're showing like altcoins. So you got the altcoins dump, pump a little bit. You got the dump, the pump right here. And then you got this. So the next step from here is to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. I mean, if that's how I'm interpreting it. It might be my bullish bias, but that's how I'm interpreting this. And TechDev's real good. I suggest anybody follow him that wants to know what's going on. So he's expecting this right here, the fall of Bitcoin dominance. When Bitcoin dominance falls, that means
crypto market alts pumping.
Yeah. So Bitcoin, and as you can see, Bitcoin can still go up even though its dominance falls. It just means that altcoins are running harder than Bitcoin. So their market cap, you know, the total 3 is gaining faster than Bitcoin. So let's go. Let's start with Bitcoin real quick. Let's go out to the daily. So we did put in a nice green candle today. We were talking about how we wish this one was an engulfing candlestick. Well, the next stick shot up nice and high. We got a little bit of a retracement right now. Still early though. We're only about 2 hours into this candle right here. Momentum still going to the upside. So we got momentum nice, clean to the upside. Money flow starting to turn a little bit. VWAP is flattened out. See that inward curve on itself? It'll probably start to turn up and go to the upside also. When I was looking at Bitcoin earlier today, this is kind of what I want to show. So I was looking at Bitcoin earlier before the stream. And I was actually, I think on the 1 hour, and I was looking at this flag right here. And I put this out to the trading group. You know, it's got a pump to 108. But then when I started zooming in to look for a breakout point, I was like, oh, wait a minute. We got a big ass cup and handle right here. And I think this thing is primed to hit 113 within the next couple of days. We could wake up tomorrow and it hit 113 if Asia wakes up and decides to buy the crap out of it. But I would think, so like what Crypto Lifer says that the best time he thinks for trading is Tuesday after 8 o'clock. So that would be West Coast or East Coast time, which it's actually 9 o'clock on the East Coast right now. You know, so who knows? Maybe this could boom overnight to 113. But when we're looking down here, VWAP is starting to head to the upside. Money flow is curved in on itself. it's going to start to go to the upside as long as the momentum and the VWAP stay strong and go to the upside. So everything is looking poised. That on top of the cup and handle right here. Zoom out a little bit. And you look at this flag. So we started to break out of it. We got a red candle, and then now we're getting a green candle. So we can see this pop. I think everything is setting up for a nice big run. I mean, it even looks better here on the 1 hour. Beautiful cup, handle. Once we hit that rim and we get that break above it, that's about a 5.69% move, 10x leverage, boom, 50%. You know, that would be from the breakout. If you want to be gutsy, you want to be a little ballsy, and you get in along right here, that's going to add to your, where is the thing on that? That's going to add another 1%, a little over 1% to your move. If you want to be a risk taker and get in right here, remember though, it could dump. I'm actually in this long right here. My stop loss is at 105. I figure if we come down and we hit 105, it's a wrap because the pattern right here is going to be broken. If we come down, see right here, 105, then we're definitely out of the pattern, in my opinion. And the pattern's broken. So that's where my stop loss is. Let's scroll down a little bit. SWE is like just been tugging and screwing with my emotions. But now that I look at SWE here, SWE might be in this cup and handle also on the 15-minute. Look at that. And the rim is going to be at about 479, which is a big SR level. You can see we haven't been able to get above it. We keep hitting our head, boom, boom. And then earlier today, we tried to get above it. We couldn't get, and then we dumped. But that looks like a big old cup and handle to me in that measured move. Remember, you take the measured move, you take the depth of the cup, from the rim to the bottom, you measure that, and then you take your line and you put it on the rim, which is the breakout, because it's not only once it's broken this has the pattern been like solidified. Let's see here. And from the rim up, I mean, that's 10%. That takes us to 530. That takes us almost back to our all-time high at 536 right here. But we're going to have severe resistance. We're going to have resistance at 491, $5 psychological level, and then 507. We had a lot of action on that. We can actually move that up a little bit. I would say right there. We got a touch here. So at about 512. You got the top out here. And you got the top out there. Ave, yes, Daniel, I will look at Ave. I know. Liberty Financial is buying Ave, so everybody's all pumped about it. So we will look at Ave. It did have a big gain today. We'll check it out. So that's kind of what I'm seeing at SWE. Now that I do a double take and I see this cup and handle going on right here, even the momentum. Money flow did dip into the red, but it's starting to curve back up already. VWAP's moving to the upside. We do have this double green dot right here. Boom, boom. So I can definitely see that going back to the upside. We're still above the 200. I think we lost the 200 on like the 2 hour though. Yeah. See, we lost it on the 2 hour. I was looking at this earlier. But this move will get us back above it. So hopefully, and that's right at that SR level of 479. Nothing's going to happen until we can get back above the 1 minute. And as you can see, once we broke that 1 minute, we've just been falling ever since. And it's even a little bearish on the 1 minute, but these play out real quick. You got to take time into perspective. So this could boom, boom, boom. You know, this could play out in the next, 11 minutes. This could change totally and then boom, back to the upside. So like that. Cardano. Let's look at Cardano real quick. Was looking at this falling wedge yesterday. It did not play out. I mean, it tried to break out. You extend the lines. If we extend that on the 2 hour, it broke out, but then it hit the 200 and banged its head. And now it seemed to have a little concussion. It fell back down. We got the red dot on the momentum wave. We are in the red on the money flow. We got VWAP coming back down. We got the red dot on the momentum. And it looks like the money flow has cut back to the downside where it did look like it was going to start to turn up. So that is not good. Overall, I mean, still bullish on Cardano. I just don't see any immediate moves on Cardano. Let's get rid of all this. And remember, folks, TA is not certainty, it's probabilities. So yeah, we're under the 200 on a lot of time frames. Let's see here. We're still above. Okay. We came down to the 4 hour and wicked off it beautifully. So that's nice. At least that we have a lot of strength right here in the 4 hour 200 MA. We got the momentum going back to the upside, even though money flow is starting to come down and the VWAP starting to come down. We still have the momentum going to up. It hasn't cut back yet. But when we start going down the time frames, we almost lost it on the 3 hour. We're fighting it on the 2 hour, way under on the 1 hour, and so on. And it all starts with the 1 minute. Change those candles. There we go. So it all starts with the 1 minute. If we can't get back above this and solidify and start working our way through the time frames, nothing is going to happen. Always be mindful of that. Always be mindful of the 200 and the 21. Now, Aave. Let's look. I don't even have Aave on my thing. Let's see. Aave. Let's go to Binance. Let's go to the daily. Let's get off of Heikinashi. Okay. So we are printing. Let's see here. So Aave is it's at a local high. It hasn't been this high since September of 21. So it went on a massive run right here. Starting probably, November. It just started going on a massive run. That's almost. That's almost. Head and shoulderish. Looks like it kind of broke out of it. If that's the neckline, this is your measured move. Yeah, it almost hit the target already of that. But it still looks like on the dailies pretty strong. Let's get rid of all that. We got the momentum going to the upside. Money flow is starting to flatten out a little bit. VWAP is starting to come back down, but momentum is nice and strong. Nice thick line right here going to the upside. RSI pointed to the upside on market cipher B. No bearish divs or anything. RSI is coming back down a little bit. Let's look at the 4 hour. So it lost the 4 hour back here about when everything else started dumping on January 6th. Boom, retested. Now it's broke back through, and we're getting some bull crosses right here. So the 21 has broken the 200. The 50 is attempting to break the 200. I would see in the immediate, I see a little bit of a pullback because we are topped out on the momentum with the red dot. Money flow slightly curved to the downside, VWAP to the downside. You could say that is a little bit of a bearish div right here, especially on the RSI. You can see that bear div. You see the trend of the money right there. And look at the trend of your RSI from the same. So that's definitely a bear div right there. Even on the momentum, you have a slight div. Slightly to the downside with a pump to the upside. I kind of expect this to come back down to the 21. It's kind of gapped the 21 on the 4 hour. Kind of expect that to come back down a little bit. But let's see what the smaller time frames are saying. Let's go to the 2 hour real quick. 2 hours showing the same thing as far as the bear div. Boom, and you can see it selling off a little bit. Probably coming back down, trying to hit that 21. If you look, boom, we pumped way up right here, back to the 21. Pumped way up right here, back to the 21. Now, it might not come like straight down. It could do something like this, where we get that consolidation. We get like this, get that chop as the 21 comes up and meets it. And then, boom, it starts to take off again. It'll allow the momentum wave to reset a little bit, to come back down here. It'll allow your RSI. It's like the RSI is below the median. But it could definitely, let's go down a little lower. Let's see where we're at on the 15. Let's see here. 15-minute RSI is getting rejected from the median line. That's not good. And we're under the 50, which is in bearish territory. We've lost the 21 and the 50 on your moving averages. We are getting a little bump to the upside, but as you can see, it got rejected right here. When you're looking at the RSI, think of this line right here. So think of this white line. If you're above that white line, you're bullish. If you're below that white line, you're bearish. Okay. So think of it like that. And we spike down, we come up, we get rejected from the median, the 14 moving average right here, which is the yellow line. And we got that rejection right there. Market cipher B. So market cipher B is a little more bullish. If we look at that, we got the double green dot. So we got the big green dot. We got momentum going to the upside. It does look like money flow wants to give us a little curve there. So if we can see a little curve on the 15-minute, see it come back up like that, flow back into the green right here. VWAP is starting to flatten out. It's not coming back down, but it is starting to flatten out a little bit. I would really like to see it get back above the 50 at least right here. Is that a... So here we got a little bull div on the momentum. You got to swing up.
Pump it.
Swing down.
For me.
Do what?
I said shout out to Tap for me. That's Tap for me, Clint right there.
Oh, hey, what's going on, bro? I got in at 320 at 327. Well, I think you're doing pretty good there, sir, if you got in at 327. So, I mean, here's a little hopium right here. You got this bull div, even on the RSI. If we pull it back here to this low right here, you can see higher low, lower low, lower low, higher low. So we got a little bit of a bull div on the lower time frame. 1 minute. It's all going to start when we get back above the 1 minute 200
What's up,
MA.
Sage?
Get back. What's going on, bro? You get back above this 200 right here, and we're good to go.
I was gonna say you should check out Algo since we got Algo fam in here.
We got Algo peeps. Let's check it out.
Peeps.
Algo, I do have on here, if I can find it.
It's up. I saw it.
Right there. There we go. There we go. Looks like I have some stuff on Algo, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. So we go out to the daily, and I had Algo in this triangle, and the measured move out of that triangle on the daily takes us to 81 cents. Our local high is at 61 cents. It looks like, let me see here. So we had a breakout. It broke out right here last Wednesday. It broke out, rolled over. We're getting kind of a retest, which is not a bearish thing. We come down, we're retesting the 21. You can see it gap the 21, like I was talking about earlier. When you get really far away from the 21, like any of these, look, this was a very bullish time back in November. It just pump, but eventually it comes back to the 21. Lost it, couldn't get above it. We get above it, pump, back to the 21. Well, this was a massive candle last Wednesday. It was a 20% candle last Wednesday, and that just gapped us so far away from the 21 that we have to come back to it. Looks like the 21 is getting ready to cross the 50, so that's bullish right there. We had a nice candle yesterday. What is that? That's a 8% candle yesterday. Today, we had about a 1.3% retracement, and then this is the new candle. We're still going down a little bit. Let's see what the oscillators say. Market cipher B, we got money flow. So this has kind of been falling out right here. The money flow is gradually going down. Boom, 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 boom. VWAP is turned to the downside, and our momentum is coming to the downside. Now, that's not long-term bearish. That's just, that's just kind of short-term. This can change when we go to lower levels. Remember, your lower time frames are really going to dictate the higher time frames. So when we come down here to the 2 hour, you can see this was that retest right here on the 21 on the daily, which was the 200 on the 2 hour. Boom, beautiful bounce off it, back to the upside. Then we come back down, up. And it looks like, so we've lost the 21, and the 21 has started to turn bearish. We do got money flow going to the downside. We do have the momentum on the 2 hour, peaked out, coming back down, VWAP coming back down. So I am seeing some short-term pullback on Algo. I'm bullish on Algo long-term, but short-term, you guys might be getting a better entry. You can even say, do they actually have a pattern for that? No. But you can even say this is some kind of diamond pattern. Diamond patterns are usually bearish, but it could be signaling a reversal. I would wait and see what this kind of breakout is. If we break this bottom trend line right here, we're probably going to come all the way back down and maybe retest the pattern down here at about 36 cents. Definitely possible. We could get a wick off the 200, hopefully. But if we pop up and break that pattern, I think there's more to the upside. If we go down a little lower, let's see more of an immediate. Yeah, see. And you can see we're bleeding a little bit. We've lost the 200. We couldn't get above it. We tried, boom. Got a little bit above it, and then boom, we're just started to tank. bearish signal. 51 and the 50 and the 21 have now lost the 200 on the 15-minute. So that is no bueno. Momentum has double green dotted. We got the money flow to the upside and the VWAP to the upside. So that's good. Is that like that's a little bit of a bullish div. A little bit of a bullish div on the momentum. So these smaller time frames could start pushing it back up. We can get this to push back up. We're probably under on the 1 minute. Get the 1 minute to come back above the 200. Get a nice pump. Looks like it's wanting to move right now. Yeah, we just got the green dot on the 1 minute. And if we're lucky, we will see this. So that money flow starting to give us a nice curve to the upside. So if we can see this money flow break into the green and hold the green, I'm sure we'll get above the 200, and then it's just working the 200s all the way up to time frames. So there is algo for you. Anything else before we go into headlines? We only got about 20 minutes left.
That was all I had there.
That's all you had?
Yep.
All right. Just remember, everybody, zoom out. We're in a bull run.
Yep.
Pullbacks happen, but zoom out. And we look at, where are we at on, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. Whoops. And it looks like we're starting to get that move back out of this trend right here. Boop, 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 boop. Back over 106. And everything is right with the world. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to hit through these headlines, have a whole bunch of stuff. Some of them we already talked about. The ones we already talked about, I'll just glance
Reset the room real quick.
Yes, but let's first reset the room. Let's get everybody to give us a like, a subscribe, and a share if you're on Twitter, a repost. Share this with everybody. If everybody were to share this with one other person, we'd have twice as many people here. It's mathematical certainty, as our friend Talos likes to keep talking about in the Discord. If you're in the Discord, tag Talos and give him a hard time. When the AI robots take over the world, we want Talos to come for us first. So help us to get on the naughty list. We're having a blast. It's really funny. Shelly gave him a kiss, and he wasn't a fan. I gave him a kiss. He also wasn't a fan. Certainty.
He said, she slapped him too, and he says, "Careful now. I bite back. Let's keep things civilized and focused on the tech. Physical aggression is illogical. I prefer to spar with ideas, not fists."
Yep. And so Talos is an AI agent that is on the Cardano blockchain, and we've added him to the Discord. You can ask him about his trades he's making, things he sees in the market. You can literally talk to him about anything. I say him, but, it could be a they. Well, just kidding. Not anymore. It's either a he or a her. So probably a he. But anyways, check it out. We're having a blast with that. But I'm going to get into some of these articles. The first one is going to be this. 2 AI-focused Solana social startups closed funding rounds. And the reason that this is important is because during the bear market, nobody was raising money hardly. Very little money was being raised. Now that we're in the bull market, people are raising money left and right. And so what I want everybody to gather from this is, if you hear these names and there's something that interests you, you should follow them, because if they raised money, there's a good chance that they will have some type of catalyst or event that'll be popular at some point in the future. So these are kind of like the first steps. You need to keep your ear to the ground in crypto. And then so these kinds of articles are the things that you see it, you just jot it down, check into them. And these can be the things that blow up. I thought this was just kind of interesting. We already know AI is huge. But so the applications that got the funding are Social Graph Protocol Tapestry, and they announced a 5.75 million series led by Union Square Ventures and Fabric Ventures. And O, which it actually is called O, they raised 4.5 million in seed funding to build AI agents for the spicy content industry. So
what is the spicy content industry, John?
I believe that would be the adult entertainment industry.
Okay.
So instead of, disparaging a human or degrading them, you can get as spicy as you want with your digital counterparts that don't have any rights, right? They can't make any decisions.
Yet.
But yet. They don't have voting rights until the next Democratic election.
Right.
Or the next time the Democrats win the election. Or if AI wins, maybe they'll cheat. Maybe they'll cheat and they'll win. This is an article I thought was super cool. Okay. China is to pit 12,000 humans against robots in world's first AI marathon. So Beijing's half marathon will see humans racing alongside humanoid robots as China pushes to dominate global robotics. This is big. And this is the kind of thing I really like for like science and innovation, and just like these kinds of things are exciting. I think that, I don't know if you probably remember that show, but it was like bot battles or bot wars or whatever. People would make battle bots. Yeah.
Awesome show.
Dude, I thought that was awesome. And I think that there should be that on like a national global stage level. Like there should literally be like an Olympics of like what country can make the coolest thing destroy the other thing.
I think that'd be cool.
I think
that would definitely be cool.
I know that you're probably not too into like anime, but it used to be like Gundam Warriors. I don't know if you've ever seen that or know what that is.
I know what Gundam style is.
Well, maybe they would have like they'd be fighting in mech suits. I think that would be cool. You know what I mean? That's cool.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me this a real article, and China really has bipedal robots that can run?
No, so here's the best part. So they're organizing what could be one of the weirdest races in history, a half marathon where 12,000 humans will compete against an army of humanoid robots to see who's best long distance runner. The 21-kilometer race in Beijing's Daxing district isn't just another tech demo. More than 20 companies are bringing their best walking robots to compete, and they're playing for real money. The top three finishers get prizes regardless of whether they made the flesh or metal, or if they're made of flesh or metal. Let's see. Last year, robots were able to join the race without having to complete the full route. I really want to see if they have how much the prizes are, but I've read somewhere else that they're like pretty massive prizes. So these humanoid robots will be competing to win. The local companies installed 276,288 robots in 2023, accounting for almost 51 of global installations, according to International Federation of Robotics. The industry is projected to hit 400 billion yuan, which is 54.6 billion by 2030.
Wow.
So, I mean, we know that the AI in the robotics industry is being big. One of the articles I think is about Trump's massive investment in AI, but I think this is cool. I love these kinds of things. This is a way to make people excited about technology again, right?
Right.
Who doesn't want to see if the person or the robot's going to win? It's not like it's a hard technological thing to accomplish. Bipedal robots are not easy, and we don't have them running around there like that right now. So I think that's cool. So then we have this article. Bank of America CEO, the Federal Reserve might have to respond to Trump. The Federal Reserve Bank now needs to be on Trump watch if it wants to engineer the proper dose of monetary policy, according to the Bank of America chief. They've got a new administration with a new set of fiscal policies, and the monetary policy has to respond to that. The Bank of America chief or chair and CEO told Yahoo at the World Economic Forum in Davos, "We are not a central bank-led economy. We're actually a private select sector economy of which the government supports, of which the central bank responds to, and they have to think of what stimulus they're going to respond to." So the Fed, of course, is always one to play up the independence from the White House. What has unnerved the markets to start of 2025 is the Federal Reserve not committing to aggressive rate cutting alongside a stronger than expected U.S. economy. And the consensus among Fed officials is now for a 2 rate cuts this year, down from 4 forecast in September, which that was what I was going to say is like, I was fairly certain that the market was very certain that 4 were coming. So now that it's dropped down to 2, that's interesting. Because
I think he touched on that in the last FOMC meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
Gotcha. So this might not be the most current.
Well, touched on it that they're not expecting, he's always given non-answers, well, we'll have to wait to see what the data says. I can't speculate what's blah, 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 blah.
Oh, what's up, hybrid family?
What's going on?
Just got home. Appreciate you. And thank you so much for your support. Did we talk about the Trump nixing the capital gains tax on crypto? So we did not. I don't have an article about that specifically. I think that it has been talked about and he said he was going to do it, but I don't know that it's actually done yet.
The only thing I've seen crypto related so far about today's executive orders was the pardoning of Ross Ulbricht. I haven't seen that, but I mean, that doesn't mean, is there
I don't have an article on it, but if you could see if you can find something real quick.
Let me see if I can find it.
I have this article here. Crypto.com is to launch U.S. institutional crypto investing platform in the U.S. This is huge because there was kind of some, they sort of stepped away from the U.S. and now that Trump's won, they're coming back. I'm sure because I know how these processes work, to move a company from out of the country to the country, and then especially a financial company, to get through that legal framework, they were probably doing it for months and months and months and months. And then they were like, okay, we're hitting a lot of roadblocks, so we're just going to do it slower. And then now that Trump is there, they're like, okay, now we're going to speed it up. Right. So they're coming back into the market following Donald Trump's presidential victory. So again, we've talked about this before, but the Crow token, the Crypto.com token, is one that we're kind of see opportunity in. I think that it's probably going to do well, especially with this administration. And then Ethereum Foundation, infighting and drop in DApp volume, put cloud over ETH price. So what this is actually talking about is this is basically, I don't want to read this whole article. I figured that they would just, I figured they would have Vitalik's comments, but pretty much what happened is that Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, young guy, he decided that he was not going to have anybody else be a part of the Ethereum Foundation board of deciders. It was just going to be him until he picks the people that will be there. Right. And so this is very counter to the ethos of crypto. Ethereum is supposed to be decentralized. All these different things. So a lot of the fighting of the leadership and the disputes inside there have led to a lot of people being uneasy with what's going on there. One, it's kind of authoritarian for Vitalik to say, I'm making all the decisions until I decide otherwise. But people are not happy about that. There's a lot of tension there. I don't think It's too surprising because if somebody creates something, they kind of want to like see it through the end. And Vitalik is young. He's not old. So I
No,
mean,
he's super young.
it's his baby. And you know, money doesn't mean anything to him. He literally only has time to think about these things. Yes.
I'm not seeing anything. The only post I could find was from November 28th, but I've seen people commenting on a post about about the startup of the ERS, the External Revenue Service that Trump is talking about. He wants to start the External Revenue Service to deal with tariffs and foreign money and stuff like that. And Invest Answers said something, if I'm reading this right, is that they're going to do away with the IRS and no more income tax, blah, 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 blah. But I don't see any concrete evidence that he did that.
Here was one of the things we did talk about. The SEC task force stokes new crypto optimism as industry awaits Trump actions. But the new task force is supposed to be only on crypto. So this is pretty bullish. New SEC cryptocurrency task force announced on Donald Trump's second day in office helped to stoke some new investor enthusiasm for digital assets as the crypto world awaited the executive orders from the president. The goal of the crypto task force from the Security and Exchange Commission is to help the U.S. regulators draw clear regulatory lines, provide realistic paths to registration, craft sensible disclosure frameworks, and deploy enforcement resources judiciously. The price of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, rose Tuesday back above 106 after sliding Monday following Trump's inauguration. The SEC clashed repeatedly with some of the biggest players in the crypto industry. During Joe Biden's time in office, Trump promises to replace Biden's SEC boss, Gary Gensler, who has already stepped down, with someone more favorable to the industry. His choice, Paul Atkins, is still seeking confirmation in the Senate. The SEC Commissioner, Mark Uday, is running the agency as acting chair. Industry executives are testing Trump's new SEC with fresh applications this week for exchange-traded funds that, if approved, would give investors even more exposure to various crypto assets. So on Tuesday, Rex Shares and Osprey Funds jointly filed 7 different applications to launch crypto-related ETFs, including those holding shares of XRP, Sol, Doge, and the president's official meme coin, Trump. Last year, the SEC allowed BlackRock and other giant money managers to launch spot Bitcoin ETFs. We're definitely anticipating a more welcoming approach from the SEC, and you will see more products filings from us, said Matthew Siegel, head of digital assets research from asset manager VanEck, one of among the managers allowed to issue spot Bitcoin ETFs in 2024.
Now I know we're living in a simulation.
Yeah, right?
Trump launches a meme coin. 48 hours later, he's inaugurated. 24 hours later, somebody comes up with an application for a spot ETF on Trump coin. Department of Government Efficiency gets launched. On the website, the logo is the Dogecoin. I mean, we're living in an awesome timeline, bro. It's awesome.
It is pretty crazy. And TikTok is back online after Trump pledged to restore it. So now the people that want to doom scroll on TikTok can now do so again.
I know a little bit more about that. Let me see. Let me look at Play Store real quick. So it is not, if I'm not mistaken, it is not back on the Play Store. It wasn't last night.
And it's not on the Apple Store either. And people are talking about that later this week it will probably be back.
So the thing is, the law that banned TikTok, it did not ban TikTok. That's what people need to understand. Okay. It banned government hosting sites, American sites from hosting TikTok. So Apple Play Store, Google or Apple, whatever it is, Google Play Store can't offer it. But if you go to the TikTok website, you can, I mean, you couldn't do this on an Apple phone, but on an Android phone, you can still download TikTok to your phone. So the law was to stop American companies from hosting it. And while they may have turned it back on, the stores still aren't offering it because Trump can say whatever he wants. But in the law, it says that they will be held, anybody that hosted or provides access will be held liable for it. So you got these insurance companies, you got the boards. If it gets, he can say that it's paused, but the attorneys for Google and the attorneys for Apple are going to be like, well, Congress said it's not. Just because Trump says it's paused doesn't mean it's paused, and you guys can still be held liable. Then you get into insurance companies, you get into, I mean, Apple probably has, several hundred different insurance companies that work with it. Google probably has several hundred insurance companies that work with it. And they're like, well, if you add it, you can be held liable. Therefore, we're going to drop you. You understand what I'm saying here?
On that, I want to go back into this bill because I didn't realize that it passed. I knew that there was a lot of talk about it and this happened, but there was a piece in there about VPNs. So I want to know if that's still in there, where you would be liable up to $250,000 if you used a VPN to circumnavigate the. You're saying it's not in there? It got kicked out?
That's not. No, this is for foreign entities, for foreign owned companies. And there's multiple things that have to be, it has to be like over 1 million users. It has to be, there's several things in the thing. And they're not banning TikTok. They're banning companies that are essentially owned or not divested from certain countries that we deem not terrorist, but malicious state actors, China being one of them. Gotcha. Even though the VP is from Singapore and this and that. So, but yeah, like Hybrid Family says, if you already have the app, it's usable. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. TikTok didn't have to shut down when they shut down. They did that out of spite. I think it was a whole, I wash your back, you wash my back thing. They shut down, they closed the site, and then said, the only way we'll be able to come back on is if Trump saves us. And then Trump said something, and they're like, oh, Trump saved us, which is bullshit because they never had to shut down.
Yeah.
They never had to. It's not in the bill whatsoever. So,
but thank you all for joining us. I got to get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Tomorrow we'll also have Tech Talk. So Aaron will be on, and we'll go over all these different themes. But like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, hit the retweet if you're on Twitter, and we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.